Good evening, one and all. Manic, I must have just said. Good evening, Manic, you're bound to be first. I just spotted you on there. Above the Clouds, Vape Reviews, good evening, welcome. Garrett, good evening, Garrett, and Simon, and everyone else that chooses to come in and join us. We'll just give everyone a few minutes. How many have we got? No one watching. What's going on? I have gone live, have I? Yeah, I think I'm live. Yep, Lynn's there. Oh, there's 9 now. Something got delayed. Good evening, Lynn. Excuse me. 3 thumbs up. Thanks for that. Good evening, Daniel. Where are we? All okay, sound and picture all good. You may proceed. Thanks for that, Daniel. I'm going to give Daniel a certain license tonight because it is his birthday today. So happy birthday, Daniel. I didn't actually ask how old you were, Daniel. I'm not sure. I'm going to go for... No, I'm not. I'm not going to put an age on it. He's younger than me, put it that way. Evening, Ian. Curly Chew, good evening. James, Jim, good evening, Jim, from Seattle. That's right, I remember. Yeah, I remember. So, whatever time is it, Jim, in Seattle now? Evening, Kieran. I did ask Kieran. I asked 2 people actually if they'd join me on the show tonight. One was Dean, and he's busy, and the other one was Kieran. And Kieran, I know that Kieran's having laptop issues at the minute. It's not powerful enough for live streams, so he's waiting until he's sorted that out and he can come in here in glorious colour and whatever, stream well. Yeah, everyone's saying happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. Do you only get one a year, Daniel? Evening, Ian. Murray, good evening. Curly Chew, we said hello to. Jim, 8 hours behind you. So, that's not so bad then. So, sort of lunchtime, midday. 12:30, just gone. Right, well, what am I vaping on? I've got a few different things tonight. I put a post up on Facebook, a thumbnail. For some reason, I didn't check what I'd done and it had the wrong date on it, but I think most people understood where I was coming from. So what am I vaping on? One consistent is the Brew Tank, and I've got that on the Dovpo tonight. The Dovpo, what are these? Ember 60s. That's the black and yellow one. I also got just a plain black one here, which is probably a little more subtle. But for some reason I always pick this black and yellow one. I think I can find it easier. It's a bit like a sort of DeWalt version. Gaz, good evening. About time we had you back on the show as well, Gaz. You malingerer. You need to be coming back on the show. Come and say hello to everyone. Just checking. I think everyone. Oh, and Salford too. Yeah, get everyone back on the show. We'll get them all back on at once. See how many we can get on, shall we? No, we won't do that. I'm not even sure how to get more than one guest on this software. So maybe we'll try 3 one day. So yeah, I'm vaping on that. Just doing the old trusted stuff. I'm on the. I actually. On the Bantam as well, but I actually put at the weekend I thought, oh, these are both tasting, because these 2 have pretty much been my go-tos for 2 or 3 weeks now, if not more. And I thought, I haven't changed the wick or coil for a couple of weeks and they were tasting funky, and I thought, do you know what, I really should do it. They're bound to be minging, and I wasn't let down. This one, the Bantam, I vape Manabush tobacco in that, as you can probably see. Now, that one was absolutely disgusting. And the True Tank wasn't too bad, because that's got the mango, peach and papaya. But to clean this one, I thought, well, I'll use my, and I did a video on this, folks. If you haven't watched it, have a watch, because it is good. To clean your tanks, sodium percarbonate, which is, another name for it is oxygen bleach. And it is, you just boil the kettle, put it in a Pyrex dish or something like that, add a few drops, they're like little mini balls, put it in the dish, put your stuff in, and it's good to go. And the word bleach, you think, oh, should I be using that on my e-cig stuff? But they use it on fish ponds to get rid of algae. Well, if it doesn't hurt the fish in neat form, I don't think it's going to hurt me when I've rinsed it all off afterwards. And it really does seem, you know, quite safe to use. So I'm way behind in chat already. We've only just started. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, thanks. Daniel, yeah, flat cap, that was where I got to. Bully and flat cap to come back on the show. Yeah, would love to, Mark. Can't stay too long. Let's put him up there. Will you be an expert? I don't think so, Gaz. I'm struggling this year, or at the end. I went earlier in the year, but yeah, I don't think I will be. Otherwise, you know, it'd have been nice to have met up and had a pint. But saying that, I had too many last time I went. Evening, Pav. Pav will be witness to that. I was drinking with him. He's a very bad influence. He looks good with his suit and his red tie on there, all dapper, but believe you me, you know, get him a pint of beer in him. He's not the same. Keith, good evening, Keith. Keith Parker. Yeah, I think everyone else I've said, yeah, that'll do. Oh, and Dion, 78. Good evening, Dion. So there's two things I've been vaping on. Now, and my point actually of telling you, so I put new coils and wicks in both, and I used these, go right close, then it'll focus quite quickly. These, the NI80, they're 3-core mouth to lung coils, 1.16 ohm. The effect they have, I mean, they are a more expensive coil. I'm not going to say they're not, because they are, but they do rattle. This has been in here since, was it Saturday or Sunday I did them? Saturday night, I think. So you should be able to hear. Hopefully that comes across. Now that has calmed down. The same, I'll probably use my True Tank more than anything. So this will probably be a bit louder. So you can probably hear it on that. But it really is, I like with vaping that sort of snack crackle. I love it. It's what I like. So, and that coil, you know, is obviously done in mind. But this arrived today. The Reload, let everyone see it up close on top of this. Isn't that beautiful? The Reload, turn it the right way, Mark. Top airflow, mouth to lung. Not sure about the drip tip, but I've just 2 hours ago put a coil in here, and you'll hear it. Can you hear that pop? But that will calm down. That is only for the first sort of day or so, really. But I thought that was worth a mention. Where's Pav? I think he said it was his fault. Where'd I get to? No, I've gone past there, I think. I've gone past there. I'm losing my chat. Yeah, it's all my fault. No, it wasn't really, Pav. I'm one of the world's worst. When I get in a social environment with a pint of beer, I never know what the time is. Thanks, David. Yeah, thumbs up for the show. How many are watching? 41 and only 13 thumbs. Come on, guys. You can do better than that. Crackles like a good one. Yeah, it does, Keith. Yeah, and it's those coils that they crackle more than any other mouth to lung. And to be fair, it will, like Tina, I like get this look, and it is annoying for someone else in the room. But after a couple of days, that calms down, but you still get that. I mean, yeah, Ian sounds more like doing popcorn. I've done it on purpose to make it loud, but you know, when I was vaping it. But it does calm down. It does calm down. Have a proper vape. There you go. I'll get to what I'm thinking about that as well. The other thing that I've got today, but I haven't put a coil in yet, probably save that till next week, is the Naturevape Diamond mouth to lung RTA. Let's have a little look at this one. Heard good reports of this one. Kieran, AVC, has said that he really likes this tank, and to be fair, there are some people that you respect their opinion, and some you listen to, some you don't listen to so much, but Kieran I do listen to. Yeah, that deck, I'm recognising that airflow a bit. Looks a bit like something else quite close to home. The posts aren't too dissimilar. So let's let you show them, see how close I can get that. That airflow is very, very similar with like the beveled edge as the True Tank, and the posts there, they are different, but it's just a 2-post. And then put your wicks down. Apparently you've got to pack that quite tightly with wick. But I'm looking forward to trying this. I'll try it over the next day or two, and perhaps come back next week and I'll let you all know what I think of it. But it's quite a pretty little tank. It's not so it's a short. How high is that? Just without the 510 thread, just over 26 and a half. Then you got that little bit there, if you want to add that on. 29 with the little, sorry, it's me doing it. I'll hold that like that. 29 between those two. So yeah, it's quite short. The True Tank, let's put it up against that. Yeah, you can see it did look short, and it is quite a bit shorter. So yeah, looking forward to that. Be a nice little stealthy vape. One little airflow at the side. So put that away for 1 second. What comments have I missed? Yeah, the popcorn in. Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it? But you know, I don't know about everyone else. Everyone else like that rattle or not? It's a bit like if you leave a tank standing for a few hours and you take a vape and it nearly pops and feels like it's blown all the plaque off your teeth. In a strange way, I quite like that as well. Spectre, hello, another man from overseas. The USA Spectre, I'm sure, if that serves me right. Pee-wee, hello Pee-wee. Dion 70, must check out your website sometime. Well, you really must, Dion. Yes. That would be nice. I tend to, Dion, I tend to do a stock, well, what I like, I suppose. I don't normally stock anything, a bit like what have I done with it? The Reload. This is the genuine one, this one. There you go. There's the box. A Reload box. I don't stock anything till I've tried it, if I can, or if I don't do that, I have to have a lot of faith in the company. So that's why I'm trying this, and I'll have these in a few days, the Reload, the genuine ones in stock. So it's good, it's very good. James Mills, let's put that comment up there because that's quite relevant. What causes the snack, crackle and pop? Happens to me with Ramwires SS316 builds, stainless steel. Stainless steel will jump up the ohms will jump a bit around with stainless steel anyway, but the snack, crackle and pop, certainly the pop is an excess of juice sitting on the coil, so when you fire it, it's like that bang. And to stop it doing it, if you don't like it, James, just take a primer puff first, then it disappears. So if you don't like that, that's how to get rid of it. Or just a little blow in very slightly first, just blow that juice off the coil, and that will cure it. So that's basically what it is. It's juice popping on the coil. Yeah, Kieran's just said stuff those wicking ports. That's for the damn vape diamond. Oh, there you go, Keith. Take a gold star. I change. No, don't take a gold star. You put a small eye for eye. No, I'm joking. I change the coils and wick daily to get better. Have done so for 7 months now. It's a bit. I mean, you're spot on. Every sort of or daily. Crikey. I know I don't swap it daily. I mean, I would have said every 5 to 7 days. But you really notice it, Keith, if you haven't changed your wick for a little time, and it's a bit like a wearing clutch on a car. You get used to that wear, so you don't think there's anything wrong with that clutch. And as soon as someone else drives your car, or you drive a newer car or a different car, you think, oh, this clutch is strange. It's because you've worn with it. You've worn with that decline. So, and the same is true with your wick. You sort of get used to that taste as it draws off, but then you put a new wick in, or a new wick and coil, and it's like all of a sudden, wow, why didn't I do this a few days ago? You know, it tastes gorgeous. Kieran, yeah, stuff it with a lot of cotton. What did you say then, Kieran? Stuff those wicking ports. Yeah, he didn't mean stuff those wicking ports as in get stuffed. He meant put lots of cotton in. Yeah, I get you. And Ian, you're looking at getting the QP Garter RTA. Yeah, that looks quite interesting. I think, Ian, that one's a looser mouth to lung draw. I think. I could be wrong with that, but if you do get one, let us know what you think. You know, it's not impossible that we could stock them, so let us know. Daniel's laughing at something. I don't know what he's laughing at, but he's laughing. Probably at Kieran stuffing. 39mm with the drip. Oh, it's 39mm tall, the damn bait, with the drip tip. Yeah, that would be about right. I'll put it in the box now. That would be about right. Jim, the pop will go away if you wick tight. So a little looser wicking and use of those Claptons or Alien coil. Correct, 100%. If you like the popping, use quite an open, fluffy wick. If you don't like it, just make that wick a bit tighter and pack it a bit fuller, and then you won't get any of the snack, crackle and pop either. That's a very good point, Jim, and one that I didn't mention. So yeah, very good point. Personally, I like a bit the old snack crackle, and I like quite a loose wick, so it's fluffy. That's personally how I like it. That's right, Pav. It crackles equals it's alive. Grumpy old vapor, good evening. Oh my word. Oh, what's he put? Morning chaps, bit late, been watching the House of Commons channel, couldn't find any other quality to watch. Yeah, oh my word. I was actually angry on Saturday. I was just beside myself with anger over it. It's just, move on, do something, get it resolved one way or the other, stay in, get out, whatever you want, but just get it done. The whole country, I think, is just in limbo. We don't know what we're doing. The exchange rate is up and down like a yo-yo. The business confidence in this country, I mean, I personally know I'm not ready to spend loads of money on stock at the minute because I just don't know what they're doing. You know, I'm a tiny, tiny little business. You know, what about the big businesses? Put some confidence back in. And grumpy old vape, that's enough of politics. Grumpy old vapor, we call it frying in the Philippines. Love a bit of snack, crackle and pop. Frying, do you? Okay. And James, yeah, popping rules. I love it. Yeah, I do too. You know, it's good. Curly Chew, what has he written an essay? What's he put? I went to Eurogamer Expo last week, had a full day on mouth to lung, traditionally a direct to lung guy, sneaking hits on my Orion using a lime Nick salt, pretty good to be honest. Now looking for a nice mouth to lung side by side. Mouth to lung side by side. I wonder where you're going to get one of them from, Curly Chew. This one, because it's the reload, put my hand there so you can see it properly. Because it's top airflow, it doesn't even matter how you grip the side by side. Doesn't matter at all. So that's not popping as much now. So, well, there you go. And Curly Chew, I've gone full circle. As I've mentioned before, I was mouth to lung, and you know, we did the coils for the pro tanks, etc. Did the full circle of sub-ohm tanks. Didn't really stick with them for very long at all. Didn't like the taste. Then went rebuildables and stuck in that little bracket for a long time with you know, rebuildables, drippers, direct lung. Loved it. But I've now sort of come full circle back to mouth to lung again, and personally I'm finding more flavour with mouth to lung. Yeah, less clouds, fair enough, and we'll get to clouds in a minute with that thing sitting there. But, and there you go. And Kieran, yeah, it's Curly Chew. If you want to recommend, direct message me later. Kieran is a wealth of knowledge with mouth to lung, I would say. So yeah, as I said earlier, respect everything he says. And Keith, yeah, I like the fresh taste, I must admit. Well, yeah, I mean, you can't moan if you wick on a daily basis. Fair enough. You know, if you like it fresh as a fresh, that's absolutely fine. And it does, you know, it does decline slowly, but for me personally, I don't like it straight after I've built it. I like it once it's calmed down a little bit and the cotton's broken in. So I probably like it, you know, 5 or 6 hours after I've freshly done it, and then moving forward for 2 or 3 days, and then it starts to peter off, in my opinion. Matt Benson, good evening. Matt was commenting on my latest video of the 3D printing. I've got still got the thing here in front of me. That's the the object. My threaded piece. I've still got it up here beside me. And yeah, Matt was saying, I think that the Fusion 360 program that I was using, he watched some of the, oh God, I forget who it was now. Anyway, it was a YouTube channel of how to use it, and found it a bit of a mind boggle, which it was for me to start with, to be fair, but once you get your head around it, it's okay. And hopefully, Matt, I explained that in basic terms for you. The Norfolk way. Curly Chew's got to break it to the missus first. She would probably, does your wife smoke, Curly Chew? She would probably prefer your mouth to lung in, less vapour in the lounge, etc. And Garrett, here we go, we'll start the politics. I hope Britain will stay in the EU. We need you for the new TPD2 next year. I think the whole country was so finely balanced, in or out, in or out. Who still does know what's going to be best for any of us? You know, but I know what isn't best, and that's this uncertainty and these bloody childish games in Parliament, including by Burke the Burke, or Burko the Burke. Jezza, good evening. Breaking news, Spurs are winning on the telly. Is that rare then? I don't really follow football. Is it rare? Spurs to win? They used to do well. Oh, Curly Chew, you never know what you might get picked on my Halloween surprise box giveaway. Yeah, I think Kieran's having a giveaway, a Halloween giveaway on his channel. So if you haven't gone over there, guys, have a look on AVC on his channel and give him a bit of love. Give him a subscribe. And talking of subscribing, I think it may well say, I can't see it from here, it might say different on there now. It might now say 3,000, but I think I was 4 or 5 subscribers away from 3,000, which is, I'm overwhelmed. So for everyone on here that has subscribed, bless you, thank you. That's what it's all about, you know. And look, that just shows the support, and it's also nice that when you release a video that you know someone is going to watch it, you know, quite a few. It's going to get 100 views quite quickly, let's say, which is lovely. I remember in the I've got a frog tonight. Excuse me. In the early days, when I'd do a video, I'd spend all day on a Sunday because I was slower at it then as well. And you do it and you get 4 views and you think, oh, is that worth that? But, you know, it is, because you have to start somewhere, and it does gather momentum as you go. Hopefully. Politics and pods, yuck. Yeah, okay, Keith, we'll shut up about politics. And we haven't mentioned pods anyway. Have we no, we haven't mentioned pods. No, it's not. I'm not going to mention pods. Coil Proby, good evening. Coil Proby phoned me today. Nice little chat with him. That was nice. And Grumpy Old Vape, he's still on his bullet. We're literally in limbo. Yeah, we really are. I haven't seen anything about it today. I guess it's just more of the same, I guess. Keith's laugh. Yeah. Right, let's put that one up. Hi all, anyone know where I can pick up a squonk bottle for my SXK boxer style mod? Yeah, I do, Grey Vapor. I think I've got some. I think. Send me an email, info@Naturevape. I'm sure I can help you. And Curly Chew likes the look of it. Curly Chew, I'm not just, you know me by now, I'm not just saying it. It is so tactile, this mod. They're about a week away. It's got the chip at the bottom. They're about a week away, and I'll say I can't wait. I know I've got a lot of customers waiting for them. I get emails, I get phone calls when they come in. They're about a week away. I did get excited because they gave me a tracking number, but it turns out it wasn't for that. It was for the top cap on the gate, on a gate tank that was missing. But there's Ambition Mods are such a cracking company. I told them about it, and normally I would have to send that, and it was a German customer to Germany, but Ambition Mods said, really sorry, give us a guy's address, we'll send it to him direct. And they did, and then they sent me the tracking number for that. But I thought the tracking number was for these, but it wasn't. They're about a week away. So I tell you a lot too much of the truth, don't I? And Jezza. I've said it before, Geek Vape Flint is a great little mouth to lung device, always in my pocket at work. I never did try the Flint. Yeah, it looked quite a nice little device. It's a little tube mod, isn't it? With a, you know, the little mouth to lung on top. I'm sure it is. And yeah, it looked quite good. I think I watched Mike Vape's review it quite a long time ago now. It's not a new tank, but oh, and Kieran says it's a great little bit of kit. So I never did try that one. Evening, Iggy. Wow, put that one up there. I've been vaping for 10 years and I've found myself exclusively vaping the shoiw Caliburn for weeks now. That's no good, Iggy. It's no good to me, is it? I don't sell them. You couldn't have got it from me. No, Iggy's a long-standing customer, so I'm teasing. Yeah, 10 years. So what? Yeah, what? 2009. Yeah, it's a long time. You must have been one of the first to vape, I would have said, because it astounds me that some people say, I've been vaping for 14 years, and I think, well, you couldn't have been. None of us were. You know, the technology's not that old, but 10 years, I reckon, puts you right at the start. You must have been... What was your first e-cig, Iggy, if you can remember? It would have been something like the Vivi Nova or something like that, I guess. Or even they were even behind there, weren't they? Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully Iggy will remember and tell us. And Matt Benson had a 3D print idea for a drill adapter to help polish tube mods and atties, similar to Mod Maker's jig. It could be my first fusion, excuse me, project if I ever get round to it. Well, I'm not an expert, Matt, on Fusion 360, but if I can help you in any way, I will. If you know, if what you're trying to do isn't beyond me, then I'm quite happy to help if you want to get in touch. So even with a, you know, whatever, you know my details, so I'm not a problem. Just happy to help. Curly Chew. I read that, but I still didn't get... Oh, Kieran, sorry. That's a message to Kieran. No wonder I didn't get it. Kieran's just subscribed twice. Yeah, so if you've got two names, I guess you could. But subscribing twice, I don't think... you can't do that. Once you're subscribed, you're subscribed. But get the message to Kieran. I think I seem to have hovered just under that 3,000 for so long. It's like when you get to a big number, or a bigger round number, it's like no one wants to subscribe because they want to be like number 3,000. So you like go up, down, up, down, up, down. It's quite weird. But it must be just a thing in people's heads. Grey Vapor. Coil Proby. Grey Vapor, the Gremlins Fit It. Oh, I see. Yeah. We're back to the bottles. A bit big, but generally most will fit in. Pulse bottles are so big they're really tight, but Mark will know. Yeah, that's fair enough. I can sort that anyway. Not a problem. Oh, really? Pav. It says, Mark, I'm drinking a 3K celebratory Brewdog anyway. Well done, bud. Yeah, so does that mean I have now hit it, or I haven't hit it? I don't know. Maybe I have, since people have been watching. But thanks, Pav. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's been quite a steady increase for me. I don't ever spurt up in subscribers, and it's not what it's about for me anyway. But I don't do drama. I don't do the mass insults. I don't, and that's not anything against people that do run their channel that way. But drama will get you subscribers, but I don't want to get mine in that fashion. I would rather get people like you guys in chat that just want to talk about e-cigs, really. I don't want to bring, we'll go on about other things like Boris and Burko and people like that, and perhaps a bit of 3D printing, but just general, things that us guys are interested in, and girls, obviously, although looking at my stats, I haven't got too many female subscribers. That was a bit odd. You'd think you'd have a few, but not according to my stats. Back on my channel. Right, Matt Benson. Yeah, you're a temperature control man, aren't you? Matt, I'm not going to lie, I haven't tried it, but it does do temp control in Ni, titanium and stainless steel, but I'm not going to lie, I haven't tried it. So I will do before, I'll do my review as I always do. So I will do that. I will try for you. And Salford. Good question, David. Any idea when you get the 510 pin, or when the 510 pin will be in for the Aquamaster RDA? I got a tracking number off them today, David. So yeah, anytime. But usually three or 4 days from China. So yeah, anytime. David started in 2009 as well. Yeah, early doors. The early stuff was awful. Yeah, but can you remember what it was, Iggy? What was your first vape? Mine was a Cigalite type thing from Jack Vapor, I think. That was the first one. Then it was an Inikin something. Was it the Eye Taste? One of the Eye Tastes. And then Vivinova, I remember that one. And I think that might have been even earlier, I can't remember now, with the dangly wicks. And then it was the Kanga Pro Tanks, and I thought, oh, they're better, they're really good. And of course they weren't that good, and that's when we started to make our own coils with non-res and resistance wire for them. Kieran's about to hit 9 years in Jan. Wow, see, all these years. And to be fair, folks, there's nearly 30 years there between you guys and 3 people, and you're not dead. Whatever's going on? Maybe someone should tell someone in the authorities, speak to these 3 people, and they're all alive still. Dear oh law. That was another thing. I think there's a lot of things like that making me grumpy at the minute. Just like, go and talk some sense. Stop talking rubbish. Staggerly, hello, good evening, welcome. And Joe Hose, good evening, welcome. Grumpy old vapor. I tried a cheap Cigalite in 2009, but it didn't stick. Picked it up again. Oh right, so you tried it, thought this isn't any substitute for my Golden Virginia, but then you picked it up again 3 years ago. That's quite a long gap. Still got the Cigalite. The mold juice butts will be a bit stale. Yeah, I think they will. Yeah, they definitely will. Oh, green smoke. Yeah, I remember that. Green smoke. Yeah, it was awful. And a Cigalite kit from the Electric Cigarette Company. Yeah, I don't remember them, but I remember green smoke. I remember, yeah, I do remember that. I do remember. Staggerly, here we go. When are you going to be doing 3D print models? Never say never. That's all that sort of thing. I've got loads. This thing just buzzes all the time. There's ideas coming off it or out of it aplenty. And yeah, maybe I will. And it'll be a bit of fun, won't it? Maybe we can do, I don't know, a 3D mod that we can all print or something like that for people that have got 3D printers and ones people can buy. If not, yeah, we can do something, can't we? I'm sure we can. Be great fun, wouldn't it? Good idea, Staggerly. And yeah, Paul, I just explained that Paul is the hide, but as maybe me quite a way behind on chat. Oh, not too bad. Is the Heidi stealth mod in yet? They're calling it the Easy. It's called the Easy stealth mod. Might as well call it the Tart or something, the Huzzy. But no, it's the Easy. And it's about a week away. It is on the site. Let's see if I can show you that. Where are we going? Let's try there. There we go. Wow, that was painless, wasn't it? Yeah, top of the page, there it is, $57.99. Now, I did say to you guys it was going to be around about £50, so I wasn't far off. And obviously, I'll put the code in a minute. There's a discount code which will get you 10% off that. So £5.80 away from that, you're pretty damn close, aren't you? £52. So I'll let you have that in a minute. So this is still the old website. It's also added to the new website, which will be going live any day now. So I'll put it on both just to cover all bases. There's the specs. Anyone wants to see it, just go on the website and have a look. They're just related products. I'll put a gate tank there as a related product, and back in the room. Oh, that's Iggy talking to Kieran. Started vaping into. Let's have a look at that. Let's put that one up. Albert Valentian, welcome. Started vaping in 2012, so that's what, 7 years ago, on a Flavour Vapor CE4 kit. Cost a fortune and spent a fortune on coils and juice to get it going, and it never, didn't. Oh. Yeah, it's C4s. Do you remember them? Yeah, and they were really expensive. You think of what you can buy now, you know, and the price that it is. You know, I know us vapors, we like a bargain, but in the early days, weren't things expensive for rubbish, really. But as the market has got better and better, you know, things have got cheaper and better. So we're lucky. I think we're lucky. The 5, yeah, that's a good point, Kieran. There you go. Are they going to start put this? Kieran's talking about the Futoon, this one, the Aqua Master RDA. It's not in focus, is it? Come on, in you get. There you go, Aqua Master RDA. Have I got juice in that? Let's have a look. I haven't vaped this for a few days. Should be. Bit dry, but yeah. Anyway, that wasn't the question. Are they going to start including them in the pack? What it was, for people that might be a bit confused, yeah, the 510 pin, because they just did a squonk pin and not a normal one just for dripping. And basically, Kieran, I've ordered an amount of the RDAs, and they're sending enough pins to now put with every RDA that I sell. So yeah, I guess the answer is it might well come separate. I'll put it separate, but it'll come with it. So, you know, I'm not charging for it. It'll just be like in the same bag. I'll probably sellotape it to the box or something so people don't miss it. David, I would have been if I'd have kept smoking. What's that? Oh, missed a bit there, obviously. Explain, David, explain. Salford, David, I'm in my 11th year, 7 years dual though. So for the first 7 years, do you know what? A lot of people do that. Let's put David's comment up on here. A lot of people do that. They perhaps vape at work, where they walk down a corridor or something, have a little snidey little stealth vape, or go to the toilet, or whatever they do. Then when they knock off and they go and have a beer after work, they're rolling away and smoking. Or people are vaping 5 days of the week, Monday to Friday. The weekends when they socialise, they just can't. Vaping doesn't quite do what they want or whatever. And then they smoke then. So yeah, a lot of people do that. Personally, for me, my mindset was, I think I bought this Jack Vapor Cigalite thing. It arrived on the Saturday, and I thought, I'm going to have I think it came about Saturday lunchtime in the post. I set it all up, tried it, I thought, I think I can live with that. I thought I'm going to allow myself one cigarette tonight, or a roll up as it was, and I'm going to allow myself one after my Sunday roast, because that's like fag of the week for me. And that's what I did, and I didn't smoke after that point. I had my roll up tobacco in in the pantry, believe it or not, so I knew where it was, but it wasn't in reach. It was far enough away for me not to have the habit of picking it up and rolling one. So it was all there if I got desperate, but it wasn't in reach. So anyway, hopefully there's someone watching who's on the brink, and that, I don't know, may have helped. Coil UK, good evening, welcome. Even Aliens Vape, good evening. It's a great name, isn't it? Even Aliens Vape, and welcome. Mark, loving your concentrate, raspberry, lime and Vimto. Have you any plans on bringing any more concentrates in the future? Yeah, I think we have. There was one that we tried. It was like a forest fruits and cherry, and we're still persevering with that. I've had like version 1 and version 2, and I'm not happy with either. So until we get it right, I'm not releasing it. But yeah, always on the lookout to make different ones. And if there's a flavour that anyone says, this is what I really, really want, can you have a go at it for me? I'll listen to your ideas. So, you know, if you've got a flavour you're thinking, I wish someone would make, I don't know, can't think of a flavour, banana and rhubarb, then I'll try. Someone probably does make a banana rhubarb. Oh, thanks, Daniel. Discount code NV10. Let's put that on there. I said I was going to give it to everyone. There it is. Daniel's put it on. There is the discount code for 10%. NV10. But thanks, Even Aliens Vape, for your nice comment. I'm glad you're enjoying the concentrates. That's nice. We're doing well with them now, and people that are buying them again, and where they bought perhaps one bottle, they're now buying 2, or they're buying that one and another flavour. So that tells me that people are enjoying them, and that's just that's ringing the bell for me. That's just brilliant. Ian Morgan, still running your Tricore Aliens coils, Mark. Great for flavour on the M25 Fatality. Brilliant. Yeah, Tricore Aliens. Lovely. Super job. For 3D... Oh, here we go. This could be good. Matt Benson. For 3D mod designs, check out Analog Box Mods on YouTube. Gives complete info on the build, process, soldering, etc. and files are on Thingiverse. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what Thingiverse is a website where someone has already done the design work for you, and it's a big open platform. So all you do is you say, I want to print. They might have made, I don't know, that handle there, that knob, and all you got to do is go on there, take the plans off that site, and print it on your 3D printer. So it's a very open share alike world of 3D printing. It's none of this, oh, it's a clone, it's a copy. It's none of that. Everything's a bloody copy in 3D printing. So, you know, it's very open. People are just, you know, so a really helpful sort of environment, that whole 3D printing sort of network of people. Quite strange. But thanks for that, Matt. I'll take a look at that myself. And these are good evenings. David Cox, dead? Lol? Dead? Dead. Who's dead? Oh, dead. Because I said that they're not all dead. Yeah, sorry. Caught up with the programme. Staggerly, I'm impressed with the Aquamaster after seeing it on Carp Vape, and will be buying one from you. Oh, brilliant. That's good. Yeah, Stephen did a nice review on it. I did notice that the top cap in there, like clover leaf. See if you can get it in. Come on, focus up. There you go. That clover leaf. If you put it on in the wrong place, you will drag your wick round. And I did notice David had done a bit of that on his. Where's the thing lining up? Come on, Mark, get with the program. There it is. There's me dot. There's a line there to tell you where it is. So yeah, I did notice he'd done that, but other than, I mean, he did a cracking job, and he's also got. He did a live show. I think it was on Sunday. I popped along and had a look, and he's got some new sort of software now as well. Look really good. But thanks for that, Stagger Lee. Oh, there you go, Garrett. He started smoking or vaping. I started vaping with green smoke cigarette with the OBS TVCT. Oh yeah, and with the OBS TVCT coil, I completely quit smoking in 2014. Oh, thanks to you, Mark. Yeah, the OBS TVCT. They were really popular, and in the days when I got on well with OBS, they told me they were going to be stopping them, and I think I just practically wiped them out of coils. I just bought them all because I thought, and this is typical of this, it's a niggle with this industry. Manufacturers will make something and then you'll say, can I have some more coils for that? No, we don't make them anymore. And you think, well, what am I supposed to do with this then if there's no coils for it? And that to me is wrong and should be addressed. There should be a law really that, a bit like, you know, if you buy a car and they finish production of that car in 2000, and there is a law in cars, I'm sure there is. They finish production, say in 2015, they have to sell the used car or the parts for that car for a further amount of years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, whatever. Otherwise, there's no point if you've bought, you know, I know you can get a lot of patent parts and stuff, and a lot of parts are generic as well throughout that range, you know, perhaps, you know, of that make. But there's no point in buying a car in 2015 and having to scrap it in 2020 because you can't get a intricate part for that car. It's silly, isn't it? Have I digressed a bit? I think I have. But thanks, Garrett. That's nice to hear as well. Ooh, there's an interesting one. Staggerly, aniseed and blackberry. There's an interesting mix for a concentrate. We have got, what have we got as aniseed? Blackjack, is that aniseed? Oh, do you know what? My brain's gone. Licorice, yeah, aniseed I think. But aniseed and blackberry. I'll give that a... Oh yeah, and a Christmas mince pie. We did mention about Christmas flavour. The problem with anything Christmas is that if you bring out like mince pie flavour e-liquid and a Christmas edition, whatever you don't sell, no one buys that in January, February, March, April, May, June, all the way through, and you are left two choices: vape it yourself or bin it or give it away. So that's the only problem. I did it years ago with some Smock Christmas special pen style kits. In fact, I think I still got about 200 of them. They didn't sell well at all because they had Father Christmas on the side, and you know, obviously it was a quite an expensive experience for me to have them, but never mind. So you know, that's the problem with Christmas things. If you're going to plan it and do it early, like before now really, and have it on the market or certainly be ready now, then I think pre-Christmas people would buy it because they'd, you know, it's an ideal Christmas gift, isn't it, for someone to give their husband or wife or whatever. But like a stocking filler. But no, we're not organised enough, so we haven't done it for this year. Black Forest Gatto, yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Daniel, I know it's your birthday, but fish chips and mushy peas would not be a nice liquid. Curly cheese for some peas. Yeah, and Kieran might pass on reviewing that one, yeah. UK Vapester, good evening. And yeah, I see you've been doing a few more reviews lately, is that right? I'm sure it's right. I'm sure I saw that you had. So well done and good evening, obviously. Rob, that's it. For a minute there, sorry Rob, I couldn't remember your name. Did I just admit to that? I did, didn't I? Don't take it personally, Rob. I don't remember anyone's name. I've got terrible memory for names. Salt and vinegar, yes, there was a salt and vinegar juice as well. Yeah, Iggy, you know it makes sense. But 50 watching, wow, that's cracking as well. Chuff with that. And that's why my go-tos are always RTO. Oh, that, well, yeah, and Kieran was responding really to what I was saying about like OBS not doing those coils anymore. We have still got some because I bought boxes and boxes and boxes of them. I just thought, you know, I've sold a lot of those tanks. I've probably sold 300 or 400 of those OBS TVC tanks, and when I'm the one that has to answer the customer and say, look, well, I've bought this off you, I can't get any coils, how ridiculous is that? So that was why I did it. But yeah, Kieran makes a good point. RTAs never go out of date, do they? Never have to worry about a coil. Yes, Mark, Blackjack, yeah, thanks, Kieran. Oh yeah, and Garrett still uses them at work. They're still very good. I bought about 20 OBS TVC coils. Yeah, I think we're still, I can't remember which ones we got left now. I've got a feeling it's stainless steel, but that's about all we've got left, I think. Cracking idea, grumpy old vapor. Yeah, cracking idea. When I get my new website, which is imminent, Christmas stuff on a pre-order so you can know what quantity to need. Yeah, perfect solution. Well done. Take a gold star, that man. Have I still got my thumbs up thing? Probably not. Have I still got it? I'll give him a squiggly thumb. Yeah, I have. Look, there you go. You can have one of them, grumpy old vapor. Well done. Take that away. Yeah. See? Simple solutions. Even Aliens Vape, yeah, Mark, that's a nice one too. John, I am a sucker for raspberry. I love raspberry vapes. Raspberry tart would be my suggestion for a concentrate. I got a French juice, which is very expensive but lovely as a treat. Right, and that's raspberry tart, is it? Because it would be quite good. Email me if you want, even Aliens Vape, and I'll find out your proper name. But email me if you want. That sounds a lovely flavour. And if you know, if it's something we can, I'm not saying copy, but you know, so along the same flavour lines, then that might be quite nice. No, I caught up. I've caught up. What about that? Oh, Matt Benson. I just saw pistachio there. Is it pistachio? Oh yeah, well it will be. It'll be pistachio and hazelnut, I guess. Anyway, I'm reading ahead of myself. I've just got hold of some pistache concentrate from Hazeltine, pastry, custard and pistachio. It's bloody lovely. You have to mix at 30% though, so it's not cheap. We had, I'm looking in front of me because I thought it was here. No, I had a hazelnut one that was, I think nuts they make for a very nice flavour for vaping. I think they do. I thought I had it here. No, I've got the Udderly strawberry one. I think it was it by them. I think it might have been. Can't remember. So I did say I was talking about clouds earlier. Now, do you remember last week? I haven't got hold this one up close, have I? Put it in front of my face so it focuses on the mod, not me. Come on, that way. This is the Smock. What is it? The Mag P3 kit. That is heavy. This is, they sent me this. There it is, there's the box. Or the box lid. They sent me this to try along with this, which I still haven't yet actually, the Fetch kit, which I'm probably more interested in that. That looks quite nice. Now I think I showed you the coil, not this coil that's in here, but the, if you can see it, there you go, you can see the coil. This is like the baby coil. Where's the box? What did I do? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. For those of you that didn't watch last week, this this monster is the other coil. 2 coils in there. It is just huge. Mesh coils, look. And when I hold it up against the True Tank, I mean, that is crazy, isn't it? That is just a coil. I put in here my mango, peach and papaya. Let's have a vape. I've got, this is a, what coil is this? A 0.2 ohm, and I've got a 65 watts, which I think is about where they suggest it should be. That thing should run at dual mesh, best 120 watts, that one. But I thought I'd put the gentle one in. Mango, peach and papaya from my concentrates. Actually, it wasn't the concentrates, it was this one. I'll tell them porkies, it's that one. Let's have a vape. Now I love my mango, peach and papaya, okay, it's the flavour, you know, I like one or two of them, but that's probably my go-to flavour in mouth to lung tanks. I mix it up as 9mg of mouth to lung. You'll still see me in here. Now that tank, that coil, just to me, just makes that taste like a cheap orange squash. And that isn't what my juice tastes like. So I don't know what they do with their coils in this thing. What tank is that? TFV16 tank, 9ml. But it's it's not for me. This mod, I mean, actually this mod's quite comfortable. Got like your pistol grip thing like a mag, as it suggests, and I quite like the menu. The menu's quite funky as you press it, and it's water shock resistant, waterproof or water resistant, I think, as well. So yeah, quite like the mod, but not that. So there you go. I said this week I would show it to you, and I have. Wow, everyone's coming up with some lovely ideas for flavours. That's grumpy old vape, but I vape a lovely Bailey's juice that's Christmassy, but use it all year round. Right, okay. Bailey's is one we did actually consider at one point, but it didn't get any further than the consideration, so perhaps I ought to try that. And you, is that like an all-day vape? Bailey's a bit sweet for an all-day vape, wouldn't it? But maybe not. Staggerly. Smock. Sorry, it had to be done. They sent it to me, so I've shown it to you. Some people might be interested. It's not my kind of kit. It really isn't, but it might be someone's. Lynn, raspberry and apple tart would be a nice juice. Yes, it would. Yeah, raspberry and apple. Yeah, that would be. So there's a lot of people. Manic as well has just mentioned raspberry. I just think raspberry vapes well. It was my flavour for the start. When I started vaping, I used to have it was Chinese juice then, because this was years ago, before we had, you know, some of the better juice that we got now. And it was a raspberry e-liquid, and I used to put, now what was it? It was mint. Well, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was Ice Blast or something like that. Ice mint. It was ice mint. And I used to get the bottle of raspberry, take the cap off, and I'd put about 20% of that Ice Blast in it, or ice mint. Because when I first quit the roll-ups, I felt I still needed that throat hit, like I was smoking, and that mint just did that for me. But then after a year, maybe more like 2 years, all of a sudden I just went right off mint, and I don't know if that's happened to anyone else, but at the start I had to have mint for me at the start. So funny how it changes. But with these concentrates, I think Stephen Cart Vapor was reviewing the Vimto, and he said it would be quite nice with a bit of mint in there. Well, I think even with these, you know, the True Juice line, the short fills, if you do want mint in them, just buy the Nick shot with cool larder in it, and then you can put your own in. So to me, there was no point in making a cool lardery type one, because you can do that yourself. And for people that don't like mint, you've wrecked it for them by putting mint in. So that was the point I was trying to get to. The raspberry flavour you had in the black currant, raspberry and lime True Juice was very nice. That raspberry with a lemonade flavour would probably work well. Yeah, lemonade's another one. I think it was quite popular at one point, Manic. A lot of people went with lemonades. It was quite a phase on lemonades, wasn't there? Take a deep breath. What was that with a smock, Daniel? What was it? Because I've got a frog. Well, there you go, Staggerly. They did you some good then, didn't they? Smock drove me from coils to building, as I got so many duffers off them. Yeah, and you know, the Nord coils and the RPM coils are actually pretty good, but a lot of the earlier Smock coils were really not good, were they? Kieran, what are you saying? Shit my O-rings, knackered Smock. What? Oh dear. Iggy, chuck some clouds, but yeah, there's a few clouds there, wasn't there? A few clouds there. Oh, there you go, Grumpy Old Val. I recently got the RBA for the Smock RPM fetch. Great for out and about. Ah, right, okay, I didn't realise that was out yet. The rebuildable head for the Smock RPM coils. That, I mean, I haven't tried it yet. I suspect, like all things, it's not like a substitute for like a sort of bespoke or proper mouth to lung tank. But I guess it looked to me like it was going to work okay. I'd actually like to try one. I don't, you know, they never, you know, you're not buying a really nice mouth to lung or even direct line style RTA, are you? But you know, if it works and you haven't got to keep going off and buying replacement coils and you're happy with the result, then cracking, that's good. Iggy, very good point, Iggy, which is touching on what I was saying earlier. More air equals less flavour usually. I think it does, yeah, it definitely does. But even if what airflow, that was on full. Okay, let's cut it down. Where should we go? Half? That's quiet, isn't it? Not. Listen. Now we've got a whistler. Can you see that? We're on half. There you go. You can see it now. That's halfway. See if it tastes less like my cheap orange squash. It does taste a bit better, to be fair, but it's still nah. No. We're in the fog. We're fogged. Which gives you like an itchy nose as well, doesn't it, when you vape like that? That's for me. Lynn, any more thoughts on making 9mg in your liquids? Was this in 10 ml bottles, Lynn? If it was, I can't do it. Why couldn't I do that? There was a reason. Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? I think so. Selling it in 10ml bottles. I think that's what you were saying. I can't. Can you refresh my memory, Lynn? It's not your fault, it's mine. And Stagley agrees with Manic. What did Manic say then? I don't know. Oh yeah, I think I remember. I personally can't stand any mint, menthol or cool ardor of any of my vapes. That's Daniel. Yeah, you see, there you go, Daniel. So if we made like the, you know, your perfect flavour, which happened to be, I don't know, let's pick a relevant one. So well, like the Vimto. There you go, there's the Vimto. And we put just a splash of mint in there. For you, that wouldn't work, would it? You know, because you can't stand mint. But if you did, as I said earlier, you could put your Nick shot with cool ardor in. Yeah, Iggy, Nord coils today are decent. They are, aren't they, Iggy? They are decent, I think so. I've still got that RPM here, which I haven't vaped that since last week on the show. So let's see how slurpy it is. Well, that's not bad, is it? And there's not much juice in there either. There's a tiny bit, but from where I've been using it, I don't know if it'll focus in. No, you can't see it. Take my word for it. There's not that much in there at all, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I think they're much improved. Credit where it's due. I mean, there's a lot of people got a lot to say bad and negative about Smock, but let's not forget how much stuff they've sold over the years. They must be getting something right, and they've got a lot wrong. We know that, but Kieran, Nata e-liquids Frambosia is amazing. Portuguese baked custard tart and raspberry brulee. Ooh, that sounds nice, doesn't it? So all these ideas I've got now, and it's all thanks. That's the beauty of doing these shows, is it's sharing ideas, isn't it, and making things happen. Really is, you know. And I do try to do that. I think these concentrates started from something like this show, and we said, yeah, let's crack on, let's do it, let's get it done. Shame our politicians didn't have the same philosophy, isn't it? Yeah, Matt Benson said that one's tempted me too. Yeah, it's amazing. Love single coils and still love the Creus Gear and Nano RTA. Yeah, staggerly. The Creus was a very good seller. The Gear, I've got the Gear somewhere. I think I put that into it. Yeah, it's up there. Got the Gear up there. But yeah, that was good. Yeah, single coil. A lot of people like single coils. There's not everyone who likes a dual coil. And yeah, it was Mark. Thanks, Lynn. Yeah, there's a reason. It's to do with testing, Lynn. It would just cost me too much for what I'd get back to make that in 9mg strength. But obviously, the way to overcome that is that if you liked a flavour that we do in like the True Juice range, say the strawberry custard, but you wanted that in 9mg, then just buy the concentrate and mix it up yourself. So, that was the whole sort of rationale behind doing these concentrates in the first place. Was I didn't feel that mouth to lung vapours were catered for very well with e-liquid, because they could either buy a 10ml bottle or they had a short fill. You couldn't put Nick shots in it to make it 9mg strength because it lost all its flavour. So that was the reason this all started. As you'll know, Link, because you watch every week, and you're one of my spanners. Oh right, and Matt thinks that the pistache he mentioned is from the same company, so that's worth a look, isn't it? I'll check it out. Let's see. Yeah, sounds like my kind of vape. Yeah, that pistachio one that sounded good to me as well. Shall I get some of that? Try it for next week. Yeah, that might be nice. Do you say it came from France? I think you did, didn't you? I can go through these comments later on, and I often do, and pick out things that people have said of relevance. So there you go. Daniel's saying that put a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the show. We've got 35 thumbs up. That's good. It wasn't everyone, but a lot of people have, so that was great. What else have I got to tell you? Nothing, I don't think. I've talked about the reload that I got today. I'm enjoying it. It's early days because I've only been using it since early evening this evening. So it is a bit early to be saying it's great or it's fantastic. But at the minute, early signs are it's a good RTA. So I'll stick with it. I will be stocking them. It's definitely good enough to stock it. Is it one to wow about? Is it like a tank of 2019? I don't know yet, but it's definitely quality. And I don't normally like topper airflow mouth to lung tanks. That normally doesn't work for me. So they've got something right. Let's have another vape on that, on my rattlesnake. The flavour's not bad. It's not, I don't think, quite up to, I've got the same juice in my True Tank. Bottom airflow. You don't quite get that punch of flavour, but it's not far behind. It's not far behind. Chuck that coil in there. Oh, so Paul, Paul has got the reload. Let's put that up there. The reload gives me good flavour and a throat hit. The reload is the company. I've just read. Who's Albert Valenti? Good evening. Where are we? There's very little in the box. You get a spare glass. I assume that's the same size, is it? Yeah, that is just a direct replacement, so it's not an enlarged glass. And underneath there's just a bag of spares. Spare screws, O-rings and a 510 pin. So why would you want a spare 510 pin? That's interesting. Unless there's something I don't know. Maybe there's something I don't know. Yeah, but so far it's good, and like I say, in the next few days we'll be stocking them. Yeah, Reload Vapor USA. There you go. So it's I mean, I would have thought it's made in China, but it's a USA company. Oh, thanks, Matt. Just add nick.co.uk sold both the Nutter and the Pistache concentrates. Well, I've got to give them a go, haven't I? Oh, bless you, Iggy. That's a nice thing to say. Iggy's been here for a long. There's some vape love for everyone. Thanks, Iggy. Right, I think, what time are we now? 10 to 10. Unless anyone's got anything else good to ask or something they want to know, I think I've pretty much exhausted what I wanted to say. It'd be nice to have a guest on pretty soon. I enjoy doing this on my own, but I also enjoy when a guest comes on because it just breaks the monotony. And I didn't do a show last week. I was having a bit of a week of it. My website was getting me down. But sometimes I just do get too busy. I think I had to see my mother. I can't remember, but there was a reason. But I normally try and come on a Tuesday when I can. Staggerly, what's that one there? I've one mouth to lung, and it's a K-Fun Light, and love it. Any others as good but cheaper? The K-Fun Light is pretty good. I know one that's better. No, in all seriousness, the True Tank, there you go, if you haven't seen it before, there it is. That's the tank that I designed with EH Pro. That, for me, I've been using this. I've got the K-Fun Light. I used it for a bit. It's up there somewhere, I think. Yeah, it is up there. Yeah, I used it for a bit. It's not a bad tank, but there's quite a lot now. Staggerly. I'm not just going to plug my tank because that's not fair, but that is certainly one in the mix for you to consider. I actually think this one might be a consider as well. The Gate mouth to lung, which I've got, this was mine that I took on holiday. That's all wicked, coiled, ready to go. There you go, if you can see that one there. That's the Gate mouth to lung. That's a good tank as well. What else is a good mouth to lung? The other one that I haven't tried yet, but I'm assured is pretty good, by Kieran. Now, what have I done with it? Where have I put that? Where have I put that? Is it under my phone? No. What have I done with that? Here it is. The damn paper. Diamond is supposed. That's an inexpensive tank. That's supposed to be good. Why is it focusing on me? That's it. Focus on that. And I'll probably be getting them if I agree with Kieran, which I think I will, because we don't normally disagree when it comes to mouth to lung. Then I'll probably be getting them as well. But there's a mix for you. Some people think the Exprimizer is good. For me personally, that's not a tank I gelled with at all. Actually, another one, if you like your smaller mouth to lung tanks, the Purity, again by, get my face out of the way, come on. The Purity by Ambition Mods is another good one. And so there you go, there's a few to have a poke at. So if you like the K-Fun Light, I think any of the ones I've just mentioned you would like. Anyone else got a recommendation for Staggerly? Oh, thanks, Paul. See, I told you I just got it. Oh, so it's not. Pin is for altering airflow, side and under. Side and under one is closed off. In fact, sorry, that's the dot mouth to lung. See, there's so many. So we don't know yet. I'll find out. I'll find out. I'm off to your site night. Yeah, good night, Staggerly, and thanks for watching. And good night, everyone else. Keith, lots of other Staggerly. There you go. See, Paul likes the Exprimizer. I've got no love for that tank at all, and I tried it 3 or 4 times with different coils, different wicking methods. I just didn't get on with it. Just didn't. So sorry, Paul. Other people would agree with you, but that's not one that I like. Albert, Berserker, yep, Berserker 1.5, that's another one good to think about. Merlin Nano. Yeah, there you go. There's a few there to look. Oh, Keith, well done, Keith. That's another one I've got coming. The Glaz Mini mouth to lung RTA. Again, I haven't tried it yet, but I've got quite good hopes for that. So you think that's a good tank as well. So there's another one. I don't sell that and probably won't sell that, but I've got one coming for myself personally. So that's another one to throw in the mix. Staggerly, if you haven't seen too much of me, there's a YouTube video about the True Tank on the listing on the page of the website, so you can find it on there. Not tried the X-Prize, but yeah, I don't know. I'd actually quite like to know what you thought of that, Kieran. I've got one here. If you want to probably put in a box or something, you could, you know, lend it to you or something like that. You can try it and bung it back in the post. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, and there you go, Keith. I like the Amet, lots don't. I'm not that keen on the Amet, I have to say. That's not one of my favourites, but there you go, and Paul is agreeing about the Glaz. Expromiser, and I didn't get on with. Yeah, Keith, there you go. More than one opinion. Anyway, that's brilliant, guys. Thanks ever so much for all your support. I mentioned earlier I was a gnat's whatnot away from my 3,000 subs. I'm absolutely overwhelmed by that, and it's probably a goal I never thought I'd get to. So just thank you so much. Pleased that you like listening to what I have on offer. Probably not all the time, but some of the time. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Hopefully I'll have this side-by-side mod in stock by then. I hope so. And I can give you perhaps I'll put a table camera on and do an unboxing or something like that for it to show you all about it. And I think that's it. Until next time, and I'll see you soon. Once again, thanks ever so much. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. 38. Can we get it to 40 just before we go? There must be someone who hasn't done it. How many are in chat now? 40. Come on, there's 40 of you. So there's definitely 2 that haven't done it. Okay, there you go. And Keith said the AVC true. What's he saying? True. What did Kieran say? I heard good things, good and bad things. So it's one you have to try to make your mind up. Yeah, what's that about the Expromiser? I think you do, but it's not the cheapest of tanks to take on as a punt, is it? I don't think. But anyway, I've said enough. Thanks everybody. Until next week. Bye for now. Take care.